Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Like I said last week, today we're going to be talking about patience. So I'm going to start by reading you some scriptures that I found in my coordinates about patience. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm just going to read some of them, and then I'll talk about what I really think patience means and when you need to have patience and all of that. Okay, so the first one is from Psalms 27, verse 14. Stay with God. Take heart. Don't quit. I'll say it again. Stay with God. And by the way, I'm reading from the Message version again. The second one is from Proverbs 25:15. Patient persistence pierces through indifference. Gentle speech breaks down rigid defenses. Last one. Two more, sorry. This one is from Matthew 24:13. Staying with God, that's what God requires. Stay with it to the end. You won't be sorry and you'll be saved. And the last one is from Romans 8:24-25. Waiting does not diminish us any more than waiting diminishes a pregnant woman. This is my favorite one, by the way. We are enlarged in the waiting. We, of course, don't see what is enlarging us. But the longer we wait, the longer we become, and the more joyful our expectancy. And I'll just talk about the last one right now first because it was my favorite, and because that one spoke to me the most. Sorry y'all, my shirt is a little annoying today. The last scripture from Matthew, it was my favorite because it really stuck with me, because when you think about a pregnant woman, it takes 9 months for a person to, or for a woman to fully develop a baby inside of her. And that takes patience, like it takes time. If a baby comes before that 9 months, if it comes at 8 months, you're pretty good. But if the baby comes at 5 months, it's not fully developed. The baby will eventually, most babies most of the time will have to stay in the hospital, in the NICU, until they're fully developed and able to be outside of the hospital. And even then, sometimes they have to go back multiple times a month to have checkups and to make sure they're still doing okay, check vital signs and all of that. And being patient during that process, moms and fathers and the entire family have to be patient, because they don't know, they know it's a baby inside of them, but you don't know what color your baby is. I mean, you know your baby is, if you're black, you know your baby's going to be black. If you're white, your baby's going to be white. But you don't know what shade of black your baby is going to be. You don't know what color eyes your baby's going to have. You don't know what kind of hair. You don't know their personality. You don't know much about your baby besides the heartbeat and maybe the gender. So during that 8 months, there's a lot going on. The baby's forming, the ears are forming, the heart is forming, the baby's organs are forming, the baby has a heartbeat, and you can hear the heartbeat at a certain time. You can know the gender at a certain time. So during that process, during the patience, there's different steps that happen that brings you closer to the end of your pregnancy. And why that spoke to me so much is because it made me think about my goals in life, what I want to be. I want to be a counselor for kids and couples, marriages, basically a marriage and family counselor. But there's steps you have to take. You have to go to college, you have to major in the right degree, and after you get an undergraduate degree, you got to get your master's. After you get your master's, you have to specialize, and then after you specialize, well, actually even before you specialize, you get your master's, you complete hours, you have to pay for the hours to get served, you have to pay for the hours to be supervised. Then you have to apply for licensing, you have to take a test, you have to pass that test, and then you have to find a job. Those are the different stages that you have to do, but it all takes patience. You have to be patient in every step of the way. You have to be patient in the stage that you're in now. Like, I can't be in college saying, dang, I wish I could hurry up and be a therapist, like I could hurry up and be a counselor tomorrow. Like, no, it takes time. And during that time, you're learning and you're growing and you're becoming who you need to be. You're learning what you need to learn, that people will trust you with whatever they're coming to you for. And like for me, I'm in school now, I'm doing my master's, and I have to be fine with that. I have to be patient where I am. And I am. I'm working on being patient with where I am now, not trying to rush things, not trying to say, okay, I want to be done with this in 2 years. I'm going to try to speed it up, even though I know it takes 3.5. I got to be patient. This is where God has me, and I'm going to be patient with where I am now until I move to a different stage. Because no matter how long it takes me, what God has for me is for me. Nobody can be Kelsey, and I can't be anybody else. I can try, but I won't be successful. But you have to also be, you gotta be patient with yourself and patient with the things that's going on in your own life, but you also have to be patient with other people, because not everybody is able to be, not everybody is at the point where they can be patient with where they are. And you have to be patient with them. And being patient with other people is, in my opinion, a lot harder than being patient with yourself. Because what they may know, what I think they may need to know, or what they should know, they may not know. For example, let's say you have a friend who has, you have a friend who has relationship issues. They're dating somebody, male or female, they're dating somebody, and they keep coming to you with these issues and things that you would think are like deal breakers. Like, why are you still dealing with this? Do you think that you deserve this? Like, what's the issue? Because if that were me, like, or for anybody else, like, that's common sense to like go ahead and end that. And you can't say like, okay, we've talked about this over and over and over. When are you gonna get it? They'll get it when it's time for them to get it. They'll understand when it's time for them to understand. Everybody is not going to understand everything or be in the place that you want them to be when you want them to be there. And that's not your decision for them to be there. God puts people where He needs them to be. He knows what stage they need to be at and what they need to learn at this stage and what this stage is supposed to teach them. And I always say, wherever I am, whatever stage of life I am in, there's a reason that I'm there. If I like it, great. If I don't like it, oh well. I mean, I just gotta figure out, okay, God, I don't like this, but I'm here for a reason. So what is that reason? Am I supposed to help somebody? Am I supposed to learn from this? Is somebody else supposed to help me? Like what? But you gotta know. You gotta know that your stages and your steps are ordered by God. And I think knowing that every step in your life and every stage of life is ordered by God will help you be more patient. It's helped me be a lot more patient and be a lot more calm about things that happen, things that don't happen, or things that like I think something may happen or should happen at the time that I want it to happen. If it doesn't happen, okay, maybe it's not the time for it. Maybe I have something else I need to learn, and maybe God has something greater for me. Being patient is not an easy thing to do. In my opinion, it's actually one of the hardest fruits of the Spirit to get a hold of and fully grasp it and get it inside you and actually do it fully. Being patient is not easy at all. I don't have kids, but I honestly believe that having children can ultimately help somebody be the most patient person ever. Like when you have kids, you have to learn patience, because if you don't, you're gonna be fussing and punishing kids for no reason. But yeah, you just gotta be patient, guys. Gotta be patient. Enjoy where you are, but don't get stuck where you are. Enjoy it. grow where you are, flourish where you are until you outgrow where you are. And when your next stage of life comes at the right time, take that step. But until then, guys, we gotta be patient. We gotta work on patience. We gotta pray for patience. We gotta ask God to give us patience. We have to talk to ourselves throughout the day to remind ourselves to be patient. And if you need somebody to talk to, grab a friend and say, hey, I'm working on being patient. If I sound like I'm not being patient, just remind me, tap me on my shoulder and say, hey sis, we're working on being patient. And like I usually say, if you want to join me, if you want to leave a comment, you know I love them. But yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you later.